This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in.
Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, March 5th. We are live, and we are talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Tori, Bo, Brandon, and I'm Sam. Let's get started. Well, tributes are still pouring in for actor Luke Perry, who died yesterday at 52 after suffering a massive stroke last week. Luke became a 90s heartthrob for playing Dylan McKay on Beverly Hills 90210.
It was really great how you stuck by me during all this.
It was easy. I believed you.
I wish it was that easy for me. I didn't always believe in myself. I was beginning to think there was more of my father inside me than I had originally thought.
His co-star and love interest on the show, Shannon Doherty, released this statement saying, "I am in shock, heartbroken, devastated by the loss of my friend. I have so many memories with Luke that make me smile and that are forever imprinted on my heart and my mind." Luke is also being remembered for his kindness off screen, including changing light bulbs for elderly neighbors. And one man even posted pictures of Luke bringing people food, bottles of water, and shoes during a flood in Tennessee in 2010. I mean, it's after we lose a celebrity that we really find out, those of us that only watched them on TV and felt like we know them, that we really find out who they were. And it seems like that Luke Perry was such a great father, such a great friend, a generous actor. The tributes just keep pouring in.
Yeah, when you go through your feed and you start to see people who worked with him for years talk about that kind of thing, it reminds me again of Paul Walker a bit. Who knew he was giving that much to charity and all of that? So big ups to Luke Perry, and a huge... it's a legacy worth living. It's a legacy that if you pass, and he passed too early, you leave with that kind of legacy, that's worth living. So I think it's fantastic.
I just think about his two children. Very sad.
Yeah, in WWE, he was on SmackDown in 2006. WWE.
He was?
Yeah, I don't know if he wrestled, but he had an appearance on it, cameo appearance on it. And WWE also tweeted out their condolences. But his son, Jack Perry, is also an up-and-coming wrestler, and he wrestles in the All Elite Wrestling group, and they shouted out and sent out condolences to him.
Everybody.
As well. So everybody.
Yeah.
So
stroke is much more common than I thought it was, and I don't want to be a downer on this, but we have to be real, which is 140,000 people die a year of stroke, so every 4 minutes.
Wow.
Among the leading causes are obesity, which we know Luke was not, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. So those are things to obviously, as Tori mentioned, yesterday and in the past couple days, this is what we need to look out for.
Yeah, and little strokes are also important, so remember that.
And there's some risk factors, as Bo just said. So I think if we can just continue the conversation and be more aware, hyper aware about the causes, perhaps some lives can be saved. Amen. May he rest in peace. Well, the mystery winner of the $1.5 billion Mega Millions jackpot has finally come forward, or should I say his or her lawyer came forward to claim the prize yesterday, because the winner chose to remain anonymous. Smart. They also took a cash option, a one-time payment of $878 million. Wow. Yeah, and apparently there was a simple act of kindness that preceded the big win. The winner allowed a fellow customer to cut in front of them and buy a ticket just before they did. Ooh, wow. I mean, first of all, you know they purchased this ticket, this individual, back in October. Wow. So this person has been sitting on almost $1 billion, I mean, not yet collected, getting their ducks in a row. Would you remain anonymous, and could you wait that long?
I probably wouldn't wait that long, but, you know, we mentioned how many states, Tori, you can be anonymous in?
Like
a handful or so?
Yeah, it's like 11, I believe.
I'm glad South Carolina was one of them. I wouldn't want to.
And this is a small town, 22,000 people. So I think all 22,000 people are going to be knocking out your door.
But you know why he or she got his ducks in a row? Because it's what you do. You find out who your real friends are. This is what you do. You ask someone, can you borrow money? You see what they say. You tell someone a fake lie about yourself, and you see if it spreads around. Isn't a lie fake in the first place? Yeah, but you see if it spreads around to see if people are talking about you. And then you pretend like you need some help. Hey, I need to move this sofa. Can you come over and help? If you don't, no money for you.
Yes, Brandon, I love the test. That's a good test. You like that test?
I love that test. The other thing that's hilarious is that this lawyer that this guy is using is now called the lottery lawyer. He's done it before for other people. Wow. So this guy really got his ducks in.
The state gets a lot of money,
and the state gets some like $60 million. Incredible.
Real quick. Hey, Bo, I need help moving furniture later. You gonna help me or no?
Depends what I'm doing.
I'll help you, Brandon.
I'll help you.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Oh, you'll help me?
Check.
Okay, cool.
Check.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was a ton of drama last night. Let's putting it lightly on ABC's The Bachelor. Colton Underwood jumped a fence, making a dramatic run from the show. They've been teasing this moment all season long. We finally know why. Spoiler alert. It was all because another girl, Cassie, decided to leave Colton. And it was all a little too much for the Virgin Bachelor. Watch.
He just jumped the fence.
Woo! Host Chris Harrison explained what it was like for him. Watch.
1, he was not happy.
Okay.
2, I was about 10 yards behind him trying to get him to stop and have a conversation. 3, he clearly didn't want to have that conversation to the point he was willing to launch himself over a wall.
Okay, homeboy can jump that fence. Can we see that again?
Floated.
Is there a way to see that footage again of him jumping that fence? Because I am really impressed.
He
Here he goes.
levitates, Sam.
Wow.
At first, I didn't believe he played in the NFL, but the NFL Combine just happened, and he just tested great on the vertical. That vertical right there was amazing.
It was very good.
Good job, Cole.
Look at your sourpuss face.
I know I went off on American Idol yesterday. I think I hate The Bachelor worse than I hate American Idol. It's... Come on, I mean, really? Do we have to have this discussion?
I'm
It's
with
so
you.
staged.
I'm with you,
it's so
Bo.
pathetic.
You think it's staged?
Oh, yeah.
No, you think him being dumped and then
Listen
jumping?
to the music behind it.
Well, that's in post-production.
Look at this. No, but let's just say this. This is not a men's meeting among these contestants. I mean, it's not exactly the smartest people in the world doing it.
I also think that I'm with you on this. I've never seen an episode, so forgive me if you are a Bachelor fan. I don't understand it because they're also the contestants are about like 22, 23. That's not a time in which I think you're really wanting to find love. So the whole thing is crazy. We're just watching him jump fences and women leave.
Well, how do you think? Okay, listen, I have watched many seasons of The Bachelor, so I can speak on this. If this is an individual who thinks he's finding love, right? Let's give it to him. Let's say he's trying to find love. He goes on in the show. Never before in Bachelor history do you see contestants just up and leave like they have with him.
Yeah.
Right.
So what does that tell you?
I think it tells you that the women,
sham.
and I think the women know the game and they want to be Bachelorette. And if they feel they can't be the Bachelorette, they're jumping the fence.
The best thing I saw, I have to say, because I did see last week's episode, is when he went to ask for the blessing from the fathers of like 4 women, and the one guy says, you know what, it would be premature for me to give you my blessing. Smart man, and you know whose father that was? Cassie's.
And she just left, huh?
And she just left.
You know what? It's time for me to be the Bachelor. Be the Bachelor. You want ratings? You want ratings, Bo? I can't hop a fence like that anymore, but I can guarantee you 3 women aren't going to leave.
I don't know about that.
They're not going to leave. I got a TV now, too, by the way.
What does that mean?
I got a TV. Remember you were laughing at me because I Netflix and chill on an iPhone 8?
Yeah.
I got a 42 inch
Okay,
now.
so that clearly makes you Bachelor material.
Wow. He's got a TV, ladies.
Still working on that car, though. Right?
No,
He was asking me the other day, should I get Apple TV?
We're getting the wrap. We're getting the wrap. We told you about some great news out of Northern California yesterday when 2 young girls were found alive after surviving 44 hours in the woods. They got lost wandering around the family's 80-acre property, but they told ABC News it was their survival skills that kept them going. You have to see this.
It's starting to drizzle, so I knew we had to find shelter fast. We go on camping a lot each summer, and I knew how to start a fire because I watch a lot of Tropical Paradise.
And get this, they even licked water droplets off of tree leaves to stay hydrated. Bravo. Bravo.
So all you Girl Scout haters out there, pay to get your Thin Mints because you're helping girls out for that.
I'm not a Girl Scout hater.
No, not you. I'm just saying people who don't
But
like.
4-H is different than Girl Scouts.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're teaching them survival skills. I like that.
I think it's brilliant.
I think it's brilliant, too. I read a lot of survival books because I'll never be in. Yeah, it's a weird thing with me. Don't worry about it. But the #1 thing that these girls did right is when you are finding yourself lost or trapped or in a crash, don't wish you weren't there. You waste too much time. What they did is they adapted. The sooner you adapt to your new environment, the more likely you will to survive. Great choice by this girl. She seems like she's going to be a leader.
Which part of the tree does moss grow on?
The bottom.
North side.
You read survival book story?
Yeah.
Do you know the answer?
It's the east side.
I thought it was the north.
Can we get a fact check?
Moss grows on the north.
Is it east side, north side, or the bottom? What if Tori's right?
West side was the best side.
Maybe. So west side, east side, north side,
DBL goes
bottom.
camping.
Someone give us a fact check on this one, please. Anybody?
You have a room full of reporters and no
What
one
is
can
it?
give us
North side. Who said north? Brandon!
Oh, come on, I'm from Charlottesville, Virginia.
But I never claimed to read survival books.
I do.
But you asked it with such authority.
I was just curious. I didn't say I knew the answer. Happy Mardi Gras, everyone. Yeah, break out your beads. Here is the scene earlier today on Bourbon Street, where our sister station WWL is covering the carnival celebration. If you don't know, Mardi Gras isn't just about the party. For many, Fat Tuesday is your last chance to indulge before the practice of Lent, where you give up something for 40 days before Easter. Anybody going to be giving up anything?
Well, I'm Jewish, but I do like the idea of sort of denying, and I'm going to try and do meatless Mondays. I'm going to really, really try that.
So meatless Mondays. Yeah. I know Jeff is going to give up meat for the full 40 days. What are you going to do?
I could try chocolate, I guess. That'd be
no
a tough
chocolate.
one for me. Yeah.
I'm on day 30 of no coffee, so I'll just keep that going.
Wow, good for you.
Thank you.
What about you?
I don't know yet.
No?
No, I think I'm okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. I'm going to abstain. DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up in today's Fifth Host, we want to hear from you about the conclusion of HBO's Finding Neverland. Do you think differently about Michael Jackson now? Plus, our own Tori Shulman chats with her first crush, actor Andrew McCarthy. The Brat Pack member talks about his 80s classics and fills us in on what he's been up to. And as we go to break, listen to the Mardi Gras sounds of the Lowdown Brass Band.
Lent choice. Guys, actually write us in about what you're giving up for Lent. Is it okay to turn that down? Yeah. So Brandy Sprong says she's going to try and fill her trash bag and donate it for 40 days. Wow. It gets her house clean and uncluttered. So you're Marie Kondoing.
That's cool.
As well as Lenting. That's a good
donating.
And donating.
That's really
fantastic.
Great.
I'm not a big cursor, but I'd like to give up complete cursing
whatsoever.
Really? Yeah.
Oh,
you could do it?
No, I could not do that.
I want to do for my 40 days, no complaining.
Now,
no complaining. Not too cold, not too hot. Stu's going to love that one.
He knows it's not.
But Stu, what was
it's not going to happen.
Stu, excuse me.
I give her 40 hours.
How dare you? When was the last time I complained about the temperature in this building?
It's been a long time.
Thank you.
There you go.
At least you said all complain. I'm sorry, say again.
Yeah, it's going to be all complaining.
Well, Sam, there's a...
Yes, I can. I'm not going to complain anymore. I can give constructive criticism.
What about the...
That's a difference.
Can you call me and complain?
Well, if there's an error in the prompter, I'm going to say there's an error in the prompter.
That's
not complaining.
Was there an error in the prompter?
No, there was not an error in the prompter.
What about the heels clip-flopping?
You know a really good way...
That's not complaining. That's handling business, because at the end of the day, I want this to be a well-oiled machine. That's different. No, complaining is like, my stomach hurts, I'm hungry,
I'm cold.
Where's my Postmates person? Like, that's complaining.
3:30 for the second.
Thank you
You know
very much,
what's the way of
Stu.
doing that, Sam? A reverend taught me this. You put a scrunchie on one hand, and every time you complain, you switch it.
Yeah.
So that you realize how many times you're switching your scrunchie.
I'm not going to complain.
Well, I'm a complainer too. I need to work on that too. But do Jews give up anything for Pesach? We give up unleavened bread. So a lot of matzah. It's very thick, and matzah's not easy to digest. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to DBL. In today's Fifth Host, we want to hear from you regarding HBO's shocking Leaving Neverland documentary. Last night concluded the two-part documentary, including new details about how pop star Michael Jackson allegedly seduced and molested two young boys in graphic detail. There are also claims that Jackson's marriage to Lisa Marie Presley was a front, and that he even purchased a house for the family of one of his accusers. Oprah Winfrey continued the conversation with a one-hour special on both HBO and OWN, where she interviewed the two alleged victims and the director. Here's a look.
Can you explain to people why you want to continue the association if you have been abused?
I had no understanding of it being abuse. You know, I loved Michael. And all the times that I testified and, you know, the many, many times that I gushed over him publicly in interviews or whatever it may be, that was from a real place.
Mm-hmm. So DBL, can you separate Michael Jackson, the artist, from the man portrayed in the HBO documentary Leaving Neverland? Wow.
All right, let's get to these questions. Donna from Facebook says, money grabbers, that's all they are. They testified under oath. Nothing happened. Donna, I kind of felt the same way until I watched the entire documentary, and then I watched the thing with Oprah as well. What I can say is I won't go out and stream his music. If it's playing at a bar or something, I'll still listen to it, and I'm not here to tell people whether you should listen to him or not. But what I can say, and Oprah said it as well, this has just opened up a brand new discussion about learning about the survivors and learning about the child predators as well. I have nieces and nephews. I have little sisters. Now it kind of makes me go back and think, hey, that coach, why did he put his hand there? Or why did he pat, you know, whomever on the tushy, you know, or whatever. So I think this opens up a different, entirely. I think this opened up a discussion, and I'm kind of glad for it. It's bigger than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and Oprah, being a survivor, said it's not sexual abuse, it's sexual seduction. I didn't know that. Yeah. It's a seduction, and I always thought of like assault. Great document. If you can, watch the Oprah piece as well. Dinah from Facebook says, just like R. Kelly, MJ was accused for years and went on trial twice for child molestation. Why are we so eager to give him a pass, but not R. Kelly? It's not hard to believe at all. I have to give it up to Oprah, who read one of my favorite columnists. Her name is Maureen Dowd, and this is what she said. She said this: celebrity sometimes trumps criminality. When you stare at the sun, you can't see clearly, and you can't see the con in the icon. And I think that's what happened, because Michael Jackson is here, and R. Kelly is big, but nobody, even today, can beat Michael Jackson. And I think we looked into the sun and we got blinded. I really do.
Zay from Facebook says, let the man rest in peace. He can't argue this case. I will forever love his music. Zay, I respectfully disagree. I think we have to shed light on this. It's the Me Too movement for men. You have to look at it that way. Celebrity is intoxicating. And I think if you can't separate the artist from the man, you are being just as seduced as the Robsons and the Safechucks were. And I have to add too, because I'm seeing a lot of the comments, people questioning these two. Why are they coming forward now? I urge you to watch the documentary, because you will see not only the fear that was instilled in them, the confusion because they loved this individual, but when both of them became parents, that's when their eyes opened up, because then they envisioned their young children doing what they then did. And that's when everything changed. So I beg of you to... What do you say to people out there, then, Sam, that are blind devotees just because of his music? They don't know Michael. They don't know him. I hope that they watch the documentary first. And also watch to the end, because in the credits, they burn some of the memorabilia, and some of that would cost a lot of money. Wow. So if they cared about the money, you wouldn't see that montage. And you visibly see them shake. Their lips quiver. I mean, they're not Oscar performers, that's for sure. Coming up on DBL, Tori goes one-on-one with her former teen crush, Andrew McCarthy. Find out what's keeping the Brat Pack actor busy when we come back.
This will be gone after lunch. Yeah. Okay, so Kelly, I asked you guys to write in what you're giving up. Kelly's giving up fast food and fried food.
And no sodas either, like nothing, just nothing.
What's that? Oh, it's not Lent yet.
It's Fat Tuesday. I'm having that Coca-Cola today, girl.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Coca-Cola, she's giving it up, though,
I'm giving
for
up
Lent.
fried food, fast food.
Is Chipotle, someone wants to know, considered fast
Chipotle,
food?
Payway, any of those quick ones, I'm considering fast food, yes.
Got it. All right, so Sunshine Williams writes us in, you don't get to be accused for 20 years of the same thing and not be true. Actually, although I agree with the sentiment, a lot of people have been falsely accused for many, many years and have been let go from DNA. But what I thought about the Maureen Dowd quote was so interesting is it's hard to see clearly when you look into the sun. Michael Jackson, as Wade Robson said so beautifully, has groomed him before he met him. He was so big, he sort of groomed the family before he met them. The other thing I wanted you guys to know from the Oprah thing was Wade Robson said this. One day, Michael Jackson was crying because he didn't want him to leave, and he said, when I woke up, I saw Michael Jackson huddled, and I said, I really think for a second he was going to turn into the werewolf from Thriller. And I thought that was so interesting because he's seeing Michael Jackson in person, but you're also seeing the icon. How weird is that? How crazy? All right, let me know what you guys think. Welcome back to DBL. You may recognize him from movies such as Mannequin, St. Elmo's Fire, and Pretty in Pink. But what you may not know is that Andrew McCarthy is also an accomplished director and travel writer. I caught up with my very first crush at the Travel and Adventure Show. You got to check it out. My very first crush is sitting next to me. I want to thank you very much, Andrew McCarthy from Mannequin. I think I wound out the tape, the VHS. I know every commercial on it. Thank you for being here at Daily Blast Live.
Nice to be here.
The Brat Pack never really existed, did it? In sort of a way, it was sort of made by a journalist. How do you really feel when someone's like, oh my God, the Brat Pack?
At first, you don't like it because it's limiting and it's sort of pejorative term, obviously, you know, bratty. But now it's become this iconic, affectionate term, and I think it's great.
I think it is too. You've had a full career, and by full, acting, directing, and now travel writing. How do each compare to the other?
This isn't home. This is not home.
It is now. To me, they're all the same thing.
Really?
You know, they're all just a different manifestation of different aspects of me.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I just feel like me when I do them. So I was just lucky enough to just follow those passions.
That's amazing. What was it about that traveling that was like, I'm going for this one? I'm doing the writing.
That all just kind of fell in, you know, naturally evolved. I mean, I was terrible at school. I never read a book in school. I didn't write anything. I just started traveling, and I realized that that was sort of my university. That's how I found who I was. I then suddenly started publishing travel articles, and then books came out of it. So it just sort of was a natural evolution.
What do you think is the craziest thing that's happened in your travel? But also, what's the hardest thing that's happened in your travel?
I've eaten a slug down in the Amazon. I ate a slug, and that almost, yeah, I'm not that guy. I don't eat the weird things.
No.
That made me gag bad. I didn't like that.
No.
You know, when you're travel writing, you just hope for something to go wrong, really.
Yeah.
There's no story until it starts to go wrong.
That's
And then you're in good shape. You know, I got a flat tire in Jordan in the middle of the desert, and I went, oh, finally, I have a story, you know?
Interesting.
Now I need help. I think travel changes people's lives. I think travel connects us in a way that nothing else does.
And do you speak other languages? How do you
No,
do
I speak American.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry, do you speak English? Can you help me?
Do people recognize you globally when you go around, or are you sort of anonymous that way?
Yeah, no, in the weirdest ways, in the weirdest places, people will come up to me and go, we're gonna burn it. Yeah.
I would have freaked out. I'm in the middle of the Amazon. Mannequin! I would have freaked out. Well, thank you for being my first crush. Thank you for being a lot of our first crushes. Mannequin will and always be the best movie ever. Thanks for sitting down with me. Appreciate it. Thank you. We want to give a big thank you to the Travel and Adventure Show. Check it out when it comes to your city. And tomorrow, our own Sam Shocker sits down with fellow Brat Pack alum, Emilio Estevez. We'll be right back with more from our Mardi Gras band.
Promotional consideration is brought to you
Internet
by...
trolls are coming for Captain Marvel. A new trailer is out for X-Men Dark Phoenix, Aquaman 2 gets a release date, and Kingdom Hearts DLC is on the way? Well, that was quick. That's all next in The Jump Off. I'm Abby, and welcome to The Jump Off. I'm here to bring you all the latest news in gaming, tech, and nerd culture, so let's get started right now. Rotten Tomatoes is fighting internet trolls. The movie review website is changing its system so that movies can't be reviewed before release. This is all happening because of all the negative reviews on Captain Marvel. It reportedly looks like one of the least anticipated Marvel movies on Rotten Tomatoes when that wasn't the case at all. Fandango reports ticket pre-sales have been bigger than Aquaman and Wonder Woman. We're getting our first look at X-Men Dark Phoenix, and it looks crazy. In case you forgot, there's still another X-Men movie or two waiting to come out before the characters all join the MCU later this year. Dark Phoenix and New Mutants are said to be the last two movies before they join the MCU, and it's set to come out June 7th. After making $1 billion at the box office, Aquaman is diving back in. My man. The 2018 film went on to become the DC Cinematic Universe's most successful project yet, and Warner Brothers is hoping the sequel will make an even bigger splash. Aquaman 2 is set to release on December 16th, 2022. As someone who was pleasantly surprised by the first film, I hope this production goes swimmingly. The good people at Square Enix confirmed both free and paid DLC is on the way for Kingdom Hearts 3. It took them 13 years to release this sequel, so the thought of DLC within a year surprised the heck out of gamers. Gamers are hoping to see the DLC take them to the worlds of Star Wars and hopefully Marvel. It's all Disney, so why not? That's it for the Jump Off. As always, I'll be here every week with the latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to DBL in honor of Mardi Gras. We're leaving you with the funky, festive stylings of the Lowdown Brass Band. Have a great Fat Tuesday. Stay safe, everybody. Enjoy.
I got that feeling.